Welcome to the U.S. Green Card Office. Today, we're diving into the most important immigration updates for 2025 that every applicant, immigrant, and family member needs to know. These new rules directly affect green cards, visas, and the path to U.S. citizenship, so stick with me until the end. Before we begin, let me ask you, are you currently applying for a green card, or maybe you're planning to apply soon? If yes, you'll want to pay close attention, because these updates could change the way your case moves forward. And while you're here, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel so that you'll never miss critical immigration news and tips. Now, let's jump in. One of the biggest updates from the U.S. government in 2025 is the continued effort to make the system more digital. The agency has expanded its online filing options, meaning that more applications can now be filed and tracked electronically. This is a step toward reducing backlogs and paperwork delays that frustrated so many applicants in the past. For example, family-based applicants can now upload supporting documents directly into the U.S. government website rather than mailing everything in. This allows officers to review your case faster and helps prevent lost documents, something many applicants struggled with before. Another important change is related to processing times. The U.S. government has announced new benchmarks to expedite certain cases. For green card renewals, work permits, and travel documents, they've committed to processing them within specific timeframes. The goal is to prevent applicants from waiting years in uncertainty. But remember, these are targets, not guarantees. If your case is delayed, you still have options, like submitting an online inquiry or even asking for an expedited review if you meet certain conditions. So while the new rules are promising, patience and proper documentation remain key. Now, let's talk about employment-based immigration. In 2025, the U.S. government is placing more focus on attracting highly skilled workers, especially in technology, healthcare, and research. This means we may see faster approvals in these categories. For example, certain H-1B professionals and employment-based green card applicants are now benefiting from streamlined processes. At the same time, the U.S. government is also tightening oversight to make sure employers and workers are following the rules. This includes stronger scrutiny of fraudulent job offers or cases where employers are not complying with wage laws. So if you're applying through an employer, make sure everything is legitimate and well documented. Family immigration remains a top priority, but there are changes you should know about. The U.S. government is working with the state departments to cut down on the backlog of family visa applications. However, because of the high demand, wait times in certain categories remain long. The good news is that the U.S. government has simplified the way families submit evidence, making it easier to prove relationships and meet eligibility requirements. This update especially helps spouses, children, and parents of U.S. citizens or green card holders. Let's pause here for a moment. If you're finding this information helpful, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to our channel. That's the best way to stay updated on important immigration changes, especially if you're planning to apply for a green card or U.S. citizenship in the near future. Another 2025 update relates to public charge rules. The U.S. government has clarified how financial stability will be reviewed in immigration applications. While applicants don't need to be wealthy, they must show they won't rely primarily on government assistance. This means proving your income, savings, or a sponsor who can support you. This rule is important for family-based applicants, since sponsors are required to file affidavits of support. If you're planning to sponsor someone, make sure your financial documents are accurate and up to date. Now let's move to the Diversity Visa Program, also known as the Green Card Program. For the DV 2026 program and beyond, the U.S. government is aligning more closely with the State Department on interview scheduling and document review. Winners of the Green Card program will now have less flexibility in choosing interview locations, since interviews are tied to your country of residence or nationality. This is part of a broader trend to make the system stricter and reduce so-called consulate shopping. If you are selected in the Diversity Visa program, you must ensure that your address is updated and correct at all times. Otherwise, your interview may be scheduled in the wrong place. The U.S. government has also updated its approach to humanitarian cases in 2025. This includes asylum, refugee admissions, and temporary protections for people from crisis-affected countries. While the process is complex, the U.S. government is aiming for more transparency and faster response times in urgent humanitarian cases. For example, some applicants fleeing conflict zones are being prioritized for quicker processing. But these exceptions are rare and require strong supporting evidence. Now, let's talk about U.S. citizenship. Many green card holders dream of becoming citizens, but the process has its own rules. In 2025, the U.S. government confirmed that applications for naturalization will continue to be streamlined through online filing. However, the eligibility requirements remain the same. You must hold your green card for at least 5 years, or 3 years if you're married to a U.S. citizen, maintain continuous residence, and pass both the English and civics tests. One common mistake is assuming citizenship happens automatically after holding a green card. That is not true. You must apply, meet all requirements, and complete the naturalization process. The U.S. government stresses this point because many people misunderstand it. Another trend in 2025 is increased use of technology for interviews and biometrics. In some cases, applicants may be able to complete parts of the process remotely. However, biometric appointments will still require in-person attendance. The U.S. government is exploring video-based interviews for certain low-risk cases, which could reduce travel for applicants. Before we wrap up, let me give you a quick reality check. Immigration laws and U.S. government policies are constantly evolving. That's why it's so important to stay informed. Whether you're applying through family, employment, the diversity visa program, or aiming for citizenship, the rules in 2025 will impact your journey. So my advice is, stay proactive, keep your documents updated, and don't hesitate to seek professional help if you're unsure about any step. Thanks for watching. If you found this video helpful, remember to like and subscribe to our channel. That way, you'll always be the first to know when new immigration updates are announced.